welcome back. Another episode of AFC Northerners. I'll start the introductions down the line. Mark Herman, a.k.a. LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the Bengals.
Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jane David Sutar, Ravens Nation.
Gabriel Bellotti, Steelers Country, baby.
And by the way, thank you for Gabe. He's one of our new Steelers guys.
Thank you for having me.
Man, so good. So glad that you're able to do this. Chris is off this week. So also, let's thank everybody that's made this possible.
Yeah, right now I want a big shout out to Rocco's Tavern.
Rocco's.
Five locations. We're in the Studio City location. They've also got them in Wilshire, Culver City. There's one right near UCLA in Westwood, one near USC, and
one in Pasadena.
So
thank you, Rocco's.
Yeah, great place. Great place to take in the game.
Absolutely.
So also, who else do we have?
We also want to thank superfanstyle.com for sponsoring us and also doing our logo. Brand new logo, loving it. Thank you again for Pete. And we're going to send this again and also at the end of the show, but we'll tell you about how you can get 20% off your purchase at Superfanstyle for all of the AFC North teams for merchandise, apparel, etc. So let's get into news.
We'll get started with team news. I'll get started. Yesterday, CJ Uzomah was carted off the field. I haven't checked today. I don't know what the extent of his injury is, but it didn't look good. Also, over the weekend, we had our family day game, and Elliott and the O-line kind of had a tough go at it, but they rebounded just in practice. Elliott actually missed his first PAT and his first field goal, which for Bengal fans was like a cringe because we're coming off of getting rid of Mike Nugent, but he did make everything yesterday. More and more, it's looking like Trey Hopkins is going to break or crack the starting lineup. I mentioned him in the last episode. He's an undrafted free agent from Texas. We've had him since 2014, but he's really impressing. Right now, Alexander, our line coach, is kind of mixing everything up. We don't know how it's all going to shake out, but he's trying to find the right combination in the right places. So we don't know if Andre Smith's going to be a tackle or a guard or what's going to happen. So we're just kind of playing with the different combinations. Really looking for the second-year guys to make a step up. This season. And we're talking about, William Jackson III, Shaw, Benjamin, and these guys and Denard needs to show up. But the second-year guys, this is the time with Adam Jones being suspended where they're all going to have a shot, and Iloka being hurt. So we're doing that. Also, Carl Lawson's been playing like an absolute beast. I mean, this guy is constantly complaining about where he was drafted. This is a guy playing with a major chip on his shoulder. I'm really looking for a lot out of Lawson. And also, just a correction, I did say that Ross was back in practice. He has not been cleared for contact, so he hasn't been taking part in any of the contract drills. And news came out also that they're expecting Joe Mixon will get at least 20 carries as of week 1. So, and I've already said Jeremy Hill's out. I mean, it's going to be Mixon and Gio there. So that's what I've got for Bengals news. Brownie, what do you got?
All right. So like Mark and pretty much everybody else, we all had a scrimmage last week. Brown and orange scrimmage, that went all right. Everybody stood out. People stood out. People didn't stand out. Blah blah blah. Osweiler was the guy though there. Hence he got named the starter going into week 1. Jordan Leslie, wide receiver. I'm going to put money on it right now. He makes the team in some capacity. What else do I got? 2019 and 2020, Browns are petitioning the NFL to hold the draft. And I also wish to say Bruce Smith was in camp last week working with Myles Garrett. Nice to have a Hall of Famer working with a young kid. It just kind of shows you the pull that Hugh Jackson has. And I'm going to leave it right here with Johnny Manziel. What a fucking douche. Really?
I thought you were
that's not news, but go ahead.
He came out and said that if he isn't going to get a chance to play quarterback somewhere else, he would like to get into coaching in some fashion, maybe on the college level. Dude, that's not going to happen, man. Just stick to doing cocaine and drinking.
Yeah. Stick to what you know.
Hanging out with Gronk on the yachts.
Stick to what you know.
And I'm going to roll it over into Baltimore by saying Anquan Bolden signed with the Bills.
The Bills, yeah. Actually, I was really going to touch on that. Are you good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Ravens news. Got a lot of stuff I didn't get a chance to get to last week. So who's not practicing is Flacco, Perryman, Humphrey, Austin Howard. Actually, he did practice today. So we're shooting this on Tuesday, everybody, guys, just so you know. Alex Lewis, the thing is something with his ankle. Price with a shoulder and bicep, and Bell with a hamstring. Out for the season. Dixon, Siragusa, and Gilmore. Injured, that is got a season-ending. Maurice Kennedy and Darren Waller and Kenneth Dixon are both currently suspended. So here's some interesting stuff. Also, you already touched on Anquan Bolden signed by the Bills. He is the mercenary of the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Like totally, he plays for so many different teams. He'll go wherever the money is.
He's a 15-year veteran.
Yeah, he's a 15-year mercenary vet.
It's ridiculous.
The 49ers also signed Asa Jackson, former CB from the Ravens. We added Trevin Wade to the CB roster. We released Al-Haji Shabazz. Wade is a 28, 6-year vet, last 2 seasons with the New York Giants. And let's see. Ravens are ranked number 10 out of all the teams heading to preseason, according to Bleacher Report.
Oh, wow.
Higher than the Browns and the Bengals. And also,
Yeah, I don't put a whole lot of stock in any of these preseason polls.
exactly. And just adding up, we just found out that, basically today that M&T Bank Stadium will be the first stadium to get a Shake Shack.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, Shake Shacks are just coming to the East Coast now, aren't
Basically,
they?
yeah.
I'm seeing posts from people I'm at Shake Shack now. And I'm like, I see them all
Oh,
over the place out
yeah,
here.
it's LA. On the Steelers.
All right, so Bell still is not at practice right now.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I don't need to crap right now. But the thing is that this means good things for other people. I mean, right now you've got Fitzgerald Toussaint and you've got Niles Davis trying to prove themselves right now. We'll see what Niles Davis can do. I mean, he was injured last year, and I'm interested to see what he's gonna do with the black and gold under him. I don't need your little.
No, I'm helping him out.
I get you. But I like Toussaint. Seeing what Toussaint did last year, and I don't really think that Bell's going to have much of a problem. I don't think he needs to be there at camp right now. I was looking up some recent news to see what's going on today.
You don't think Bell needs to be at camp, really?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Okay, here's the thing. He needs to be at camp, but he doesn't need as much as Toussaint and Davis do. The man plays like a fucking veteran.
Okay.
We had Cutler yesterday say he's a quarterback. He doesn't need.
No, exactly. Right?
I guess Bell doesn't need. Okay.
I don't need to be. So, Chickalo cardiovascular.
I'm a quarterback. I don't need to be athletic.
I'm feeling good about the defense. The one thing I'm not too happy about right now is that they just updated that Chickalo didn't finish practice. He's got a little strain in his hip flexor, so we'll see what goes on with that. We still don't have Brian at practice. The NFL's dragging their feet for some reason with still trying to reinstate him.
Okay,
Actually,
quit
that's not-
bitching about it. Josh Gordon has been suspended for how fucking long because of marijuana? Your guy can sit the bench as far as Goodell thinks and cares. He doesn't give a damn about it.
And
So
this
stop
opens up-
bitching about it.
I'm not bitching. I'm just literally
Okay.
giving people what's happening
Okay.
right now. If they don't know. So
Actually,
calm down. Don't
Mike
cry.
Florio, who went to the University of Pittsburgh.
All right, look, I didn't interrupt you guys' time, so let me finish getting my news out, please. I understand you have a lot to say, but can I please finish getting my news out? Thank you.
New
I
Steelers
appreciate
guy.
that.
New Steelers
Jesus Christ. No, I understand I'm new, but still, come on, guys. Let me get my stuff out here.
Yeah, go ahead,
Jesus. All right. So also, right now, some people that are really kind of shining right now. You've got. Oh God, why am I blanking on people's names right now?
You got me rattled.
No, you don't got me rattled. I just don't have my stuff up.
6 or 7 body shots.
Seven body shots right there. I really like what Tyson Alua is doing right now.
You know what? I'm with you there.
Cam Sutton. Finally, we've got a cornerback over 6 foot. I don't know what the Steelers have been doing the past few seasons.
Good job.
5'8", 5'9", 5'10". I'm not really quite sure. We needed somebody over 6 foot, and now we've got a nice 6'1" in Cam Sutton. I really like what TJ Watt's doing out there. He comes from good stock, so I think we're going to really have. I think what the Steelers did in the draft with drafting a lot of these defensive players is going to really quite help us out. Right
I
now
mean,
this
honestly,
year.
like that TJ Watt pickup, I'm still angry about because I think it's
okay.
a brilliant pick.
He was a brilliant pick.
And
And here's the thing, I think Cam Sutton, from what I saw on his tape and everything from college, I think Cam Sutton's going to be a really nice pick. And we've still got Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell has really. I hated Mike Mitchell the first couple of seasons because I thought, who the hell is this douchebag and what the hell is he doing? But he's actually finally starting to come into his own, and yeah, that's pretty much the news that I've got right now.
All right. Well,
On the Bryant front, and this is from a Steeler fan, Mike Florio, who's a analyst. He thinks there's a piece of information we don't have. You have to remember, since it's substance abuse, there's confidentiality, and there are things they can't say.
I got you.
He specifically has to hit some guidelines. He said that he was already enrolled in some kind of some kind of rehab thing and follow-up program. We don't think he is, and the reason why I say it is you don't see the Rooney family complaining. You don't hear Tomlin complaining. So there's something else going on that Brian has done that's keeping him from being reinstated.
Well, I mean, we've still. I also forgot about Schuster. JJ Schuster is going to be. He's got quick feet. He's got good hands. So we're going to see what he can do. And I mean, still with Brian out, that gives Hayward Bay another shot at least trying to do something this season. I was kind of upset not seeing him out there and not really. And I was just reading up on something today that he's not taking. What?
It's Hayward Bay.
Hayward Bay.
So.
Well,
All right, we're gonna move on. Let's preview our upcoming games. Let's preview our upcoming games. I'll start. Bengals are in Tampa Bay playing the Buccaneers. This is actually a really good test for us. We have Jameis Winston. I don't know how long, obviously it's week 1, we don't know how long they're going to play, but it's a team with a good offensive line, a good defensive line. They've got tools, you've got Evans, Deshaun Jackson's now on the team, and we've got Brait, who's the starting tight end, and you have O.J. Howard, who they drafted. So our linebackers, Lawson's going to get tested in coverage. This is a really good test for us. We'll get to see how maybe our shuffled combination of offensive linemen does on protecting, and our defensive line will have a test with a good offensive line. So, like I've said, I think we've got one of the best front sevens when healthy coming into this season. So this is going to be a really nice test for us this week. And if it was later on in the season, we'd be playing more of the starters. But we'll see how it plays out. But I'm really looking forward. And obviously, everybody wants to see Mixon carry the ball this week.
So, prediction for the game?
Oh, it's preseason.
I know, it doesn't
The
matter,
final
but
score
we
means
always do it.
absolutely nothing. Mixon will have 15 to 20 carries.
Doesn't matter.
He'll look great. The score's 24-21 Bengals. It's
cool.
The most
That's all I'm
meaningless
looking
stat
for.
in
I get
football is a preseason final score.
Yeah, no,
So
exactly.
I really don't care.
I agree with Mark on the whole score thing. I think
I
it's really just about getting the players acclimated to playing in a new system, if they're a new player, or if they're a rookie, getting them acclimated to NFL speed, that sort of thing. With that being said, I mentioned Osweiler earlier. He is going to start this week for us on Thursday night.
That's so interesting.
And you know what? I think he's actually going to show why he was decent in Denver and sucked in Houston, and it's because of the head coach in Houston and the playbook that he had to memorize. I don't think Osweiler's a heady guy, but I think he knows enough to get the job done, and I think he'll be that sort of bridge gap to get into Kaiser, who's going to probably be third string the whole season. Kessler's not going to move, I don't believe. I think he'll drop back into the number 2 spot, but that's what I expect to happen there, and I think Osweiler will do pretty decent this week.
I feel like that's the
guy
thing.
though that I'm really looking for and I'm interested in watching is Peppers. With Reynolds being out, Peppers is being listed on the depth chart as the number 1 kick returner, the number 1 punt returner, and the second string free safety right there. It's going to be interesting to see how they use him and how they move him around. He's a smart individual. So I can actually see him excelling in that role of a floater sort of hybrid guy. Much like he did at Michigan. So those are the 2 guys that I'm really watching for, looking to see what they do. We're all expecting Garrett to have a standout game. Maybe 1-2 sets for Garrett before they pull him. All right, final score, playing New Orleans, 17-14 New Orleans.
Okay, 17-14.
And we both have kickers that'll be debuting.
And
so we'll get to see that. I'm interested
And
to
what's
see how Elliott kicks in a real game.
2 things on that. One is that you perfectly described most of the Browns quarterbacks. Not very sharp, but they get things done. But Osweiler's a really interesting start. It's a really interesting start. I'm really curious to see what he winds up doing. And the other thing is Jabril Peppers. I like Jabril. No hate on Jabril. I just don't know if that's too much on a rookie.
Well, he returned kicks and punts in college.
Yeah, I get that, but this is the NFL.
And he started on defense at the safety position, middle linebacker position. He played all over the field.
I get that.
The intelligence level to play in the Big Ten isn't like playing in the MAC or in a D2 division. You actually have to have some sort of an intelligence to play in those in the Big 5 conferences. So he is going to excel. I really think that he takes to where what Hugh wants to do with him, and playing in Greg Williams' system is just going to play right up to his potential.
All right.
Also, in preseason, your teams
No,
don't
exactly.
unveil a lot of their scheming.
Right.
So you basically have a bunch of man-to-man
I'm
out there.
just looking at
It'll
the
be
long
interesting to see
game
what
as
he
far
can
as a
do.
rookie for his
Yeah.
first year. All right, good.
Yeah.
Rock on. Moving on to Ravens. All right, guys. So everybody knows if you didn't the starters are probably only going to play the first quarter at best.
Yeah.
Which is standard. It's great for us fans. We get 3 quarters to evaluate all the depth of the Ravens have. It doesn't look like Humphrey or Perryman is going to be at play, but we'll wait and see. So here's things to watch against Washington. One is how we stack up against their O-line and their run game, especially Rob Kelly and, am I saying this right? Senji Perrine? Is that
I believe it's something like that.
Yeah. So their running backs are very not bad. And I want to see what our run defense is against that. We also got to watch penalties and false starts. The wide receiver and tight end battle is going to be really interesting because especially whenever it comes to the new guys and some of even the old guys like Moore, Campanero, but also White and Adeboyjo. Adeboyjo and White are really interesting to me. And then on the tight end, you've got Watson and Max Williams, who are both coming back from injuries. Yeah. So that's interesting. We got to see where we're at with the pass rush. Matt Judon he's in beast mode right now. And Tim Williams, I'm almost on the hype train for Tim Williams at this point. Got to figure out whether or not, I'm going to watch and see whether or not Ryan Mallett throws an interception. What happens at center and right tackle? Does Hurst keep his job, or does Austin come in and shake things up? I want to see how Alex Lewis himself has improved. I know that he rolled his ankle, and we're trying to figure out what that is. But if he's back in there on Thursday, that's going to be interesting. Do we actually have a run game? Is the biggest question on the Ravens. Greg Roman came in. We didn't last year.
Could be Yams, could be Kirkcock.
But here's the thing, Greg Roman came in this year. So he's also been adding, and plus we got Danny Whitehead. So we got Whitehead, we've got Terrence West, who's looking beast mode. Woodhead, excuse me, thank you. I don't know why I said Whitehead. Buck Allen's looking really, really good. He's improved a lot.
He runs like.
And we got to see what injuries pop up, and also finally to cap that out, I want to know what we wind up doing on special teams, how our special teams look. I mean, that's John Harbaugh's bread and butter from a previous leg. So that's what I'm looking for Ravens wise as far as what to look for in this preseason game. Prediction: I think that the Ravens will win 14-7. All right.
Okay. Special teams, why don't you do it like the Steelers, have Tomlin or one of your coaches back up into the way of the returners?
Well, no, I mean, we just got to shrimp somebody.
Okay.
That's
a plan. It didn't work before.
It's worked.
Proof is back.
It's proven that it's working.
Listen, I'm just not gonna listen, it was messed up. I'm not gonna sit here and try and defend something that's undefendable.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna sit here and try and be that asshole. It's I'm gonna defend this. It was a messed up thing to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not what this is about.
Let's go on to Steelers.
This is about Steelers. So this week on Friday, actually at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Standard Eastern time, we are going to be playing the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about this game.
It's going to be an interesting game.
It is going to be an interesting game because Tomlin. It's not until about the third preseason game that Tomlin will start playing starters. They don't really like to play starters in their first 2 games if they don't have to. Ben might have to play. I'm not sure. They're probably going to do a lot with the rookies since Landry Jones. I just saw an update. Landry Jones was not in practice right now. He's got a little bit of an abdominal industry.
An abdominal industry.
He's got an abdominal injury, so we'll see what happens with that. But what I'm really excited to see is what our rookies are going to do in this game, because they're going to really. I was listening to something today from our defensive coordinator, or not just our defensive coordinator, but our defensive head coach and assistant head coach, John Mitchell. And what him and Butler are looking at doing is they want to get Hargrave and who was the other one? It was Hargrave and Alualu, because they want to get them more time. And so I really think that Alualu and Hargrave are going to be 2 of the biggest things that they're going to focus on in the preseason game, because they're trying to get Cam Hayward and they're trying to get Stephon Tuitt some breaks. They don't want to have them on in every snap. They're trying to reduce injuries. They're trying to make sure that they're much more clear, because what the focus seems to be right now, because yeah, there's a little tightening up that needs to happen on the offense, but the defense has been, if you look at the way that the Steelers have been drafting and everything, and what they've been trying to do, and with the addition of bumping Keith Butler up to the the defensive coaching position, they're trying to really just change the scheme, get a little bit of different new energy in there, and I really think that's what we're going to see in this preseason, is seeing what this defense can do and what it can. With Butler being in there for a couple of years now, I really think that this is going to start gelling, especially with, Joey Porter as the linebacker coach has been doing really well the past few seasons, and they've even got Harrison on field. He's even been in practice lately.
Spends $300,000 a year on his body.
Yeah, well,
I mean, hell.
Hey,
like,
dude, when you're 39,
ridiculous.
40 years old and you're playing the way that man is,
like, for real, like,
he's a
that's
beast.
fucking
The man
amazing.
had how many sacks last season? He's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to be able to have.
I want to be able to look that damn
the
good when
same
I'm
age
40
as
years
Harrison.
old.
Yeah.
I'm the
He
same
was
age
better
as
than
Harrison.
you,
I'm
no
like,
offense,
but
but
not legit because he's an NFL player. Like, Jesus Christ.
But
it's
I
like,
want to see. I also
that
want
guy
to see
just
on offensive
inspires
side.
me.
On offensive
It's
side,
a
I want to
machine.
see what Schuster can do. I'm excited to see his speed in an actual game. I mean, practice is something different than an actual.
I know
Schuster. I'm excited to see what he can do. And actually, going back real quick to I said earlier, finally we've got a cornerback who is over 6 foot. So I want to see what he's going to do matched up with the wide receivers. Cameron Sutton matched up with the wide receivers on the Giants side. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with the quarterback situation. It's probably going to be the rookie. So we'll see what he can do. We'll see what kind of arm he's got and everything. So
Prediction?
that's about it. Prediction,
It's
it's
preseason,
it's
so.
preseason. It doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go 13-10, and I'm gonna probably say the Giants just because I don't think we've got a cornerback. I don't think we've got a quarterback really in this fight for Friday. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be, and I mean, who knows? Maybe Niles Davis really shows us something this week on the field as running back, and maybe Toussaint really just kind of breaks out. So we'll see what happens.
That
I would like to remind everybody that the year the Lions went winless in the regular season, they were undefeated in the preseason. So that's what I talk about, the most meaningless statistic.
Yeah, no, totally.
Is the final
I just
score.
like
It's
getting
just fun to
predictions.
speculate.
Fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun to speculate.
This is speculation.
Not a problem.
All right, guys. So
we got any-
YouTube commenters?
Yeah, we got any new subscribers?
We got new subscribers.
Awesome.
If I botch a name or two, I'm really, really sorry. Steelers Nation,
Hey,
James Hill,
I don't know why am I clapping for
Vince
Steelers
Lee.
Nation? You should be
Vince
clapping.
Lee.
Lee
Vince
Cothrop HD.
Like
Okay.
a
All right, I knew I'd botch one.
It's a.
Eric McDay,
Hey, Eric. Thank you.
Russia did it.
Russia did it.
Eric Dietrich,
Eric.
Cheyenne,
Cheyenne, something like that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
James Blanchard,
There you go.
Skidoo's TV,
Right.
Lee Ferraro, and Cakes Mitchell.
Cakes
Hey,
Mitchell.
We
Love
really,
you,
really
Cakes
do.
Mitchell. Thank you guys
Thank you very
so
much.
much. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you for being with me while I navigate my way through
No
my
worries.
first
Thank you again for being here. I really
podcast.
appreciate it.
Podcast.
So once again, huge thank you
Huge
to
shout out
Rocco's
to the Rocco's.
for helping us out.
Make sure
letting
if
us
you guys
know
are in the
that.
LA area at any point in time, make sure you stop by Rocco's. They've been amazing to us. I'm drinking beer like.
And I'm drinking whatever this is. This red stuff.
If you haven't logged on to the Facebook or to the Yahoo Fantasy League and you were a member of it last year, please log in. Give me a shout out. Let me know you're coming back.
Right.
I've got people waiting to sign
Right.
up, and if I don't see
That's
them,
right,
I'm just going to
fantasy
start
football.
picking which ones we
Cool.
want.
Yeah. So
All
if
right,
you
so thank you guys.
I saw Federico Miranda was
also
just took the spot. Yes.
one last shout out is for our sponsor for superfanstyle.com. If you look right here, you'll see a little logo. It shows you to go to superfanstyle.com, and if you use the code AFC North 20, AFC North 20, you're gonna get 20% off of your purchase for any of the AFC North teams. So please visit superfanstyle.com. Peter's a great guy. He's really good at shipping stuff out. He's got great designs. He's working on more all the time. So if he doesn't have exactly what you're looking for, keep checking back because he's always creating. I love that guy. Do we have anything else?
No, I think we're all set.
Awesome,
Time to
guys.
sign out.
All right, guys.
Does the
So-
new guy know the sign out?
yeah, so
I do not know the
okay.
sign out.
So we're gonna sign off as we always do with
Fuck
the Patriots!
See, I knew that was something he'd pick
that's
up on
something
right
he'd
away.
pick it up.
All right.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.